English Course, Level 1, Lesson 3. I, you, we. I, you, we. They, they. I, you, we, they. I speak English. You speak English. We speak English. They speak English. Live, live. Live? No. Live, live. I live in England. You live in England. We live in England. They live in England. I live in Mexico. You live in Mexico. We live in Mexico. They live in Mexico. I live in Brazil. You live in Brazil. We live in Brazil. They live in Brazil. I live in Italy. You live in Italy. We live in Italy. They live in Italy. I live in England and I speak English. I live in Mexico and I speak Spanish. I live in Mexico and I speak Spanish. I live in Brazil and I speak Portuguese. I live in Brazil and I speak Portuguese. I live in Italy and I speak Italian. I live in Italy and I speak Italian. You live in England and you speak English. You live in England and you speak English. You live in Mexico and you speak Spanish. You live in Brazil and you speak Portuguese. You live in Italy and you speak Italian. We live in England and we speak English. We live in Mexico and we speak Spanish. We live in Brazil and we speak Portuguese. We live in Italy and we speak Italian. They live in England and they speak English. They live in Mexico and they speak Spanish. They live in Brazil and they speak Portuguese. They live in Italy and they speak Italian.